They all did really want to take care of patients, so that was a good thing. A combination of being involved in organizations, and that's where their personalities are going to fit in well.
I think that the things that help our residents be successful, somebody that is very self-driven. So somebody that is really, really wants to do it and can essentially push themselves, and I don't have to constantly push them as RPD. Like, they want to learn, they can go out on their own and be very self-directed.
Okay.
And so, I can teach you all kinds of knowledge that you don't know about pediatrics, but, you're going to have to continue that after you're done. And so being able to teach yourself and be excited and wanting to learn, because if you're excited to learn, then all my preceptors are excited to teach you. So somebody that you have to feel like you're like dragging along to get everything done is kind of, can be frustrating. So I think somebody that's very self-driven is great. Somebody that's a good communicator always does well. Like, if you walk into a room of strangers, you're going to rounds for the first time with this medical team, and you can just introduce yourself and, kind of feel confident in what you know, I think you're going to do well, and that the medical team is also going to respond well to you. So the communication is a really good one. And then I think one of the other things that always makes an even special resident is somebody that's very self-aware. So, when you're getting constant feedback as a resident, and that's just part of the nature of doing a residency, somebody that kind of already knows what they need to work on, even though they're hearing it from you. Like, when I give you feedback on my rotation and you're like blindsided by it, that's more of a red flag. It's like, okay, well, I know that you may not know everything, but like, you should know what things you need to work on. And if you're completely surprised every time you get feedback, then you're probably not being very self-aware. And then it's harder for you to like process the feedback and work on it when you're like completely surprised and unaware to kind of process, your own self-evaluation. So we try to really focus a lot on how to evaluate yourself and pick out the things you need to work on. And those residents do really well that can really pick up on those things themselves, in addition to just getting that feedback from their preceptors.
Boy, what separates them is going to be their motivation and initiative. It's their program, and I always harp on this is, you could get as much as out of the program in 12 months, or you could get as little. Sure. So it's more motivation and initiative.
And I will say one of the things that we really look for is you truly have to have a desire to improve yourself and to learn. And it can't be because I told you you have to, or something like that. You truly have to have that inner innate desire and drive that you can't really teach people. I think that will make you successful at any program or any job after school.
I think all of our residents, I've been lucky to be part of this program for about 4 years now. I started off as a preceptor and then became site coordinator, and now I'm a new RPD. But I would say all of the residents that we've had have, really changed their perspective on community pharmacy. And that's something that I love seeing throughout the year, is that they come in with, this idea of, oh, I want to start these new services. But then throughout the year, they're able to really bring those things to fruition and to understand like what things are already in place that they can just expand to whatever practice site they go in later. I love also seeing that a lot of our residents have changed their career trajectory throughout the year. So we've had residents that come in saying, I definitely want to be a faculty member later after this residency is over. And then they realize that they love management. And so then they go into the corporate world and vice versa. And so I think our residents tend to be open-minded and really take advantage of all the opportunities that are provided to them throughout the year, even if it's not directly in line with what they thought they would end up doing. So I think that's something that, really helps our program grow, because then we're able to learn how to be flexible and to really, tailor our experiences to what the resident is interested in.